From the Shire of Guelph, Ontario, this is the Fellowship of Guelphissauga.
The Fellowship of Guelphissauga continues, with the mayor flexing his strong budget powers. In the mayor's office downtown, he was basking in the clean view from his office window. He sat and read congratulatory emails from his dubious business associates downtown. They were praising him for his strong mayor powers with enforcing his safe space bylaw and clearing out the tent encampments from their view too. But the mayor's strong powers could only last so long. The tent encampments might return with it getting more unaffordable to live here, and the legality of his safe space bylaw remaining uncertain. According to the Ontario Living Wage Network, only people earning more than $21.30 per hour can afford to live in the Shire. Anyone else, such as the minimum wage earners downtown, will eventually get pushed out of the housing market and into the market for tents. The mayor also had to deal with the legal uncertainty of his safe space bylaw. Other mayors in the lands of Ontario have used similar bylaws to criminalize the homeless, but their bylaws got struck down in court. The mayor didn't want that happening to him, so along with 15 other mayors in Ontario, he called upon the Big Blue Orc for protection. The 15 mayors sent a letter to the Big Blue Orc in the swamps of Toronto. They wanted him to use the Notwithstanding Clause in the Charter to protect them from the legal consequences of removing tent encampments. If the Lord of the Liberals can declare a national emergency for hot tubs and honking, then they figured the Big Blue Orc could use the Notwithstanding Clause for homelessness. However, just like the Lord of the Liberals' fake emergency, the Big Blue Orc faced pushback. 72 council elders in Ontario have teamed up to fight against this notwithstanding request. Unfortunately, only 3 elders on the Shire's council have stood up to fight back. Phil of the Alts, Elder Elf Karen, and surprisingly, the Rainbow Unicorn. Later that week, in the Council of Elders chambers, the mayor was also flexing his not-so-strong powers on his budget. He had promised a 4% tax increase next year, but now that the numbers were coming in, that seemed like an impossible task for him and his sunshine listers. The Council of Elders chambers filled up with people trying to protect their paychecks and favorite pet projects. The mayor started losing his strong-powered grip on his 4% tax increase as the financial wish lists rolled in. The mayor's budget is currently on target with a 3.1% increase, yet its certainty is still unknown. He still has to crunch and confirm the numbers from the Sunshine Listers and Council of Elders. He will have to choose between funding the police, building roads, and climate change initiatives. However, that decision can't easily be made by our strong mayor. He has to wait until January when other boards and agencies mail him the invoice. These boards and agencies, including the library and public health, represent about 1/3 of his entire budget. They could ruin the strong mayor's powered promise of a 4% tax increase, jacking it up to almost 5.5%. Either way, he's still doing another residential tax increase this year, making it more unaffordable to live in the Shire. If only the mayor could do a tax cut, then he could claim to be a hashtag solving the housing crisis. Can Carly of Classen and the Elder Elves do anything about the Shire's housing cost crisis? And will the mayor's tax increase make it worse? Stay tuned here to see. This video is brought to you by people who like, share, and subscribe to this channel. You can also support my work by buying me a coffee.